Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. So today's video is a quick kind of unboxing of this item of scenery that I've purchased from eBay, from an eBay seller called Everlayer3d. Now they do have a website, Everlayer3d.com. They're a UK-based 3D printer of wargames terrain, and I was attracted to this because this is a replica of the Anphelion Base scenery pieces that Forgeworld did quite a few years ago now for their Imperial Armour Volume 4, the Anphelion project. And I've purchased this. I do intend to purchase more to build up some nice scenery pieces to represent kind of like an outpost or something. Now, a couple of things I need to just go over first. The first thing is that it appears that these are printed to order. So I placed my order on the 26th of August 2022, and I received it today, which is the 23rd of September 2022. So there's quite a big lead time on that with regards to when you get your order. Now I assume that if you've ordered more, there's a chance that you may have to wait longer. The unfortunate thing is that this, from what I could tell, this isn't included in the description. He doesn't turn around and say there is a wait time of approximately 4 to 6 weeks whilst your item is printed. Okay, I think if he said that in the blurb, it wouldn't be so bad. But I had to, after a couple of weeks when I hadn't received anything, I had to just go back and check and see what was going on before I contacted him. And yeah, I some of the feedback was saying that the lead time, the wait time is up to a month in some cases, and certainly mine was very close to a month. It's 3D printed. Is it FDM with the spool, where it builds it up gradually layer by layer, which has obviously left the texture on the items, but that's not a major problem. I don't mind that, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. The other thing I will mention that is it did come in a box, and it was wrapped up in bubble wrap. It came in a box. It had plenty of bubble wrap and a few bits of paper. But that was it. There didn't seem to be anything packing it around to stop it from being moved about. As such, I'm assuming that during transit it obviously received a bit of a knock, and one of the support legs has broken. Should be an easy fix with some super glue without too many issues, but there you go. So, like I said, I want to get a few of these, and I will go back and buy some more, because overall I'm reasonably pleased with the product. And let's have a look, shall we? So I ordered this hab module with 1 exit. You get a hab module with 2 exits, 3 exits, 4 exits. You can get the big long oval hab module as well that was out at the time. You get a landing pad. You can get these door lock doorways. So you can see this, which does have a roof, but I'll come on to that. There's a problem with this. I'll come on to that. And I ordered these greeblies to go inside. Now, let's have a look at this. Overall detail is really nice. I think they've really captured the product because it's obviously printed from the ground up. as it were. We're getting one solid structure, and I like that. Not going to lie, I like it. If I flip it over, you can see, obviously, the lines. But it's flat. It's on a bit of paper on top of a cutting mat, but there doesn't seem to be any wobble. It's not uneven, it's not warped or anything like that. The roof for this particular hab module sits on there really nicely. Okay, and again, we're detailed. We've got some nice Gothic style architecture. You know, I'm sure that if you wanted to, this resin that he's used, this resin filament, I'm assuming, is pretty strong. It's pretty tough stuff, and I'll come on to that in a sec. But I'm sure if you wanted to drill this out and use a Dremel tool to do so, you could, if you wanted to, you could perhaps in one or two of the modules open those up to make windows. I mean, just be warned that they're quite thick though, so you'd be drilling into it, you know, significantly. I'm not going to do that. So we've got this. Now, as I said, you can see the print lines on this, but I don't really think that's too much of an issue, especially within the 40k universe, because the 40k universe relies on this magical thing called the STC file, the standard template construct, where, you know, you turn up at a world with your explorator ship and all your new settlers, etc., pioneers, whatever you want to call them, and you get your print, your massive printer out that makes your standard template construct items, and you feed it the raw materials that you're mining from your planet, and it spits out hab units. And, you know, I just think that having the build lines represents perhaps the sort of 3D printing that we're seeing bandied around for 3D printing habitats on the moon or Mars when we eventually get back there. You know, big units that, like articulated arms, that are pushing out build material in layers. And I just think that would, you know, now that we're seeing that, I mean, obviously quite a few years ago, perhaps when this was first produced by Forgeworld, you know, that probably wasn't as much of a thing then, you know, the 3D printing of buildings. But with the technology we've got available today, I can see this being 3D printed in the 40k universe, you know, rather than having hab modules built that you then bolt together, etc. But yeah, I like it. It's I like the texture. I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue. Paint wise, I don't know how well it's going to take paint. I haven't tried anything yet. Literally, this is a quick unboxing to show you. Now, I ordered, I'll tell you what I'll do, I ordered a doorway, airlock doorway, which fits onto, you would glue it onto the front like so, and then that would be your airlock, and you get a door with this. You don't get a door, although it's got the slot for it, so you can pop your airlock door in there if you so wish. Although it's got a door for it, you don't get an airlock door with the hab units, which I think is a shame. It would be nice, you know, to have those spares, but I'm thinking I could easily cast one of these. Now, the bugbear I've got with this particular item is the roof doesn't fit on it properly. So there's a misalignment on here. So if you line it up so that these ribs on the outside marry up, you can see it doesn't sit. But if you bring it forward to a position where you can get it to sit, then it's out of alignment. So what I'm going to need to do is try and trim away some excess resin here, which will hopefully then allow me to put this, you know, onto this properly, so that there's then no issues. Because what you get is you have your base, put the lid on, and then this doesn't sit on it properly, so you've either got it so that it's at a slight angle, or if you try and put it so that it's level, you end up with a gap. But there you go. Now, there was something else which was a slight issue, and that was some of these items don't fit properly. So I bought the Greebly panels. So looking at these, we have a workstation with a computer console and screen. We have another scribe workstation with a little bookcase and a vellum parchment on the desk there. We have some mechanical power units, Greebly's wall panels. And then we have these two, and if I remember rightly, these two were supposed to be the specimen tanks for the interior of the Habs. Now, these are supposed to be able to, where's the one that fits? You are supposed to be able to slot these in like so. However, of the set of 7, because it is a set of 7, because you've got 7 panels, you don't have to put Greeblies on all the panels. You can leave them blank. It doesn't matter. Of the 7, this is the only one that fit. And it's been taking a fair amount of trimming and sanding to actually get the other panels, and you can see how tight that is, even with me having trimmed and sanded, getting them to go in. Was that one? So, and what was the other one I did? Might have been this one. So yeah, even with trimming and sanding, some of these are still quite tight. So just be warned that you may not get the exact fit that you want, but you can see how they look when you put them in. Now, so I still need to do a bit more sanding, etc. for this one. To get it in and out. We'll come back to that. Anyway, right, so just have a look at these panels. So as these have been moulded, I'm assuming that part of the mould process has meant that they couldn't be moulded with just these bars on the front, because we've got these veins that then come in around the back of them, and I'm assuming that we're going to need to try and cut those off somehow. I haven't tried yet. What I am thinking is maybe taking a fine wire saw and trimming the bottom and the top, removing them that way, and then sorting them out and then replacing them with a bit of glue. And any disparity in height I can fill with a bit of plastic card. But we've got two. We got these two, a twin specimen tank here, which again have the bars around the specimen tank filled in. I am considering just removing the bars altogether and then just using a piece of little flexible plastic off the front of a blister pack or something, cut to size and glued in to position with some Yoo-hoo glue or something like that. And then maybe if I could find a spare Tyrannid model or something, or some sort of alien model, I will look to put that inside as a something in the stasis chamber. But yeah, those I mean that's the only other bugbear I've got is the way that these have been printed. But other than that, I think it's a nice. I do think this is a nice item. Let's push that back down for now. So as I say, there are issues with fit. And as you can see, I'm struggling to get that out. Right. But there you go. I bought the habitat unit, the hab unit, with one entrance. There are others available. You can get the landing pad, you can get the large hab unit, you can get corridor intersections, you can get lengths of corridor so that you can join hab units together, and obviously you get the Breedleys on the inside. But that was that. It was Everlayer3d.com is the website. They are on eBay as well. I'll put a link to their eBay shop and their web shop in the description. Overall, I'm going to get some more now that I know what the shortcomings are and what I will need to do, you know, for cleanup, etc. You know, it's not a major drama. I can live with that. So that's what I'm going to do. Obviously, I'm going to need to sort out. This is probably going to be the biggest thing. I'm probably going to need to see if I can just Dremel these. I need to take off, you know, 2 or 3 mil just from the front here in order to allow it to sit flush properly over the door without any issues, because otherwise it won't do it. But there you go. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, especially about the fact that obviously there's quite a lot of the build lines on it. Whether you could live with that or not. I can live with it. I don't think it's a major drama. But you know, that's because I'm looking at this and thinking, yeah, that's how they're going to build it with the STC files. You know, now that, you know, we've got more info on how they do 3D printing of buildings, etc. these days, I can see that being the way that these things are produced in the 41st millennium. But hopefully you'll join me in the next video. All right, take care. See you soon. Bye-bye.